lifestyle won't stop hustling. But I just
Power Book 4, Season 1, Episode 2, titled King of the Goddamn Hill. Let's talk about it. Episode starts off with Tommy doing some reflection. He's parked overlooking the beautiful city of Chicago. Listen, if you don't know, I got a lot of family in Chicago. Like, that's where predominantly most of my family is from Chicago. I got more family probably in Chicago than I got in Buffalo. But, nah, I wouldn't say that. Actually, I wouldn't say that. I got a lot of family on my dad's side. But anyway, yeah, it's a lot. I got a lot of family in Chicago. But he's overlooking the city. He's looking at his phone, and he's missing Lakeisha and her son. And somebody asks, listen, in these power book groups, these power book whatever groups, y'all gotta stop asking these dumbass questions. Somebody asked was one of the boys in the scene at the barbershop, Lakeisha's son, or something like that, or somebody from Power Book 2 was that Lakeisha's son. I'm like, it ain't been that long since Lakeisha died. It only been probably about a year or two. He's still a kid. And we just saw him last season, if I'm not mistaken. Tommy was visiting him. Y'all gotta stop asking some dumbass questions. Secondly, this ain't Power Book 2 Ghost. It's not. Courtney Kemp, as I know, she did have a hand in writing this, but you could tell this was held by somebody else. It's not soap opera-esque as the other powers, if you notice that. This is kind of like a gangster's tale. This is like a confined gangster story. That's what this is. This ain't, you're not going to have all the drama of Power Book 2. It ain't going to be a lot of that shit in there. There is a love triangle, as we see, but it's not a family. It's not predominantly about the Tejadas or Tariq or whatever. It's about Tommy Egan. So he's white. He's going to come in contact with other white people or white gangsters or other gangsters in the town. It's a different story. So if you're looking for Power Book 2 or any of those types, it's not the same thing. You guys have to have the ability to not only appreciate, but just try to understand different styles of writing or different styles of storytelling. If this was like Power Book 2 or Power, it would probably wouldn't make it, or it probably would run dry quick, because they done that story a million times already. And how many times can you spin your wheels? What they're doing right now in these first 2 episodes are they're laying the groundwork down, and they're introducing us to these characters. And we're figuring out who these characters are, how they work. And they're also showing that Tommy plans on taking over, but he needs certain people in position to help him. So that's why they're introducing us to these certain characters, like the characters at the mechanic shop, even a little crackhead that he took the money off of. These are the people that's probably going to help him and assist him along the way, and we're trying to claim power in the Shy. It's a lot of things I like about the show. Some things I really don't like, but all in all, I think it's a decent show. And it's only the second episode. A lot of people have a gripe, and I'm one of them, that they don't show the full brunt of what Chicago is. But I haven't been to Chicago in a while, and I know it's different sides of Chicago. You know, we just hear the drill music, and when we hear this little bang 'em up shit, and I like that they incorporated that in the one scene at the barbershop. You're like, yo, these little hitters, man, they ain't laying anything down, man, they don't care. And how Jannard is constantly telling Diamond it's a different game out here. Diamond don't realize it's not how it used to be. It was a chain of command. It's not like that no more. It's kind of like a free fall. They're kind of like the last. CIB is like the last of that fraction to have kind of like a chain of command type thing. But they still need to recruit hitters. And who else was happy to see Jeremiah in the fucking show? I like when they got people from Chicago in these shows, because that's what you need. You gotta have. It's a show that take place in Chicago. You gotta have some kind of Chicago representation. Jeremiah's from Chicago. It's great to see he's doing not only phenomenal after his bout with COVID, which was pretty bad. It's just good to see him out thriving, and I love this. I love, like, Jeremiah is one of my favorites, dude. So I was happy to see that. But let's get into the episode. Yeah, Tommy is reflecting. He's smoking a bogey or black him out, and then he gets a call from JP, whose brother, that somebody shot up the club, which we later learned was actually JP's own son. So we don't know if JP's son doing this as kind of like a fu to his pops, or is this just because they're not getting paid and it's something he has to do. I don't even know if he knows this is pops. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a different turn in itself. Also saw the credits for this. 2-Bit will be showing up in this. I believe the next episode, if I'm not mistaken. 2-Bit will be in the series, so look out for that. Tommy and 2-Bit once again. And if I'm not sure, I don't think they were on bad terms at the end of last season, but I think Tommy's going to kind of try to recruit some of his crew from New York to come up here and set up shop, which would be dope. We all love 2-Bit. But anyway, yeah, he recruits him, and Tommy walks in and he's like, yo, you ain't had nobody else to call, huh? He was like, well, your family. He said, hey, wait before you run in that burning building. Like, listen, you better know what you're dealing with before you start dealing with me first, because I ain't no walk in the park. But he explains, first of all, he's gay. Yes, they did it. They did the demasculation tactic again. Why did all the characters got to be gay? Like, why does he have to have an ex-husband? Like that, we know that's not in Tommy Egan's bloodline, or is it? But it is what it is. I'm just like, why? Like, why they had to throw that in there? I guess to give some complexity to the character. I don't know. Anyway, he got an ex-husband. His father owns the shop with him, but his father's sick, so he's been pouring all his money into these medical bills from his pops. The bar is kind of like a blues type, jazz type deal. Man, I would love to have me a nice little jazz something bar, a little late night, older adult crowd type of deal, man. I'd love to have some popping shit like that. It's a lot of hard work and dedication. I probably could get it, but I don't got the time for it. But anyway, Tommy throws him like 10,000, tell him to get the windows fixed, and he like, man, this ain't. He's reluctant to accept it, but then he winds up accepting it. We see Tommy looking around looking at an apartment or a loft for lease, and we saw at the end he wind up getting it. And I said, ain't this a bitch? This look just like his loft in Chicago. Tommy gonna wind up hooking that shit up. But listen, everything is on the fly with Tommy. It's just like, I give you the money. He like I am. I pay for it. I want it right then and now. He's like, yo, take a hike. Like, oh, I forgot my toothbrush. Nah, forget the toothbrush. Buy a new one. I just gave you all this cash. Vacate. So, yeah, no signed terms agreement. It's just this cash is my agreement. Don't come back down here with no fuck shit. I will fucking shoot you. Give me the keys and keep it pushing. We see that the Flynns, who are major players in the Chicago scene, the Poppy's sick, and he's taking some pills. They don't really explain what's wrong with him. If they did an episode, I might have missed it. But we see that he's sick, and he's damn near about to kill over before his son comes in and helps him out. And he's like, yo, what's going on with you and shit? He's trying to figure it out. But I don't know what's going on with him, man. Walter, that's his name, Walter. And listen, man, I love his Irish accent. And we learned that the reason that Vic and Gloria aren't together is because his family want just pure Irish blood. They don't want any tainted or mixed blood. I ain't gonna say tainted, but mixed blood in their bloodline. So they want pure Irish blood, and that's why they can't be together. I said, ain't that some racist shit? But I understand it. Hey, man, it's black people. It's black people like that. That's the same way too. They believe in sticking with your own. Not me, obviously. But I ain't mad at it. But listen, he's so stuck in his ways. He wants his son to take over the business, but he wants him to run it the same way he does. But he's like a dinosaur. He's kind of like Diamond is. They don't understand. Times have changed. Things have changed. There's new improvements, new ways to do things. If Tariq came to him with course correct, he would kill over right now instantly. What is this? You know what Nas say? People fear what they don't understand. We see Diamond and Janai, whatever the hell his name is, are trying to get they just telling him about the game. He's trying to get him to get some hitters. He's telling him like, no, we don't need that, man. We not about that, blah, blah, blah. But it's just, once again, him not understanding how the game has changed. Just as they're talking, we see it cuts to Tommy, and he gets hit in the back of the head with a pistol. And it's Lilani. I cannot look this character up I could not remember her for the life of me. I was looking her up, I'm like, yo, Mark Dark got to do a video on her because I have no idea who she is. I don't remember what power book she was in, what happened to her. But apparently, it was something going on, and Ghost let her wind up leaving. She left, and then she found out Tommy was in Chicago, so she figured Tommy was coming back to do her. So she was like, listen, I'm going to do him first. So right when she popped up, I said, she going to be on this team. They going to be working together. I knew it right then and there. Like, I called this out. I said, yeah, they going to be working together. She got the gangster scar. She's ambitious. And she gangster. For her to come at Tommy like that, you know what I'm saying? What Omar say, when you come at the king, you best not miss. Yeah, she came at Tommy. She failed miserably, but she could have had the drop on him if she just would have shot him in the back. But then we wouldn't have no show. So, yeah. New character. She's going to be part of the team. So probably her, 2-Bit, and whoever else is on his team. So at first I thought him and Diamond were going to kind of collab and be partners, but no, Tommy won his own organization, and I'm guessing the Flynn's and Diamond are going to be his competition. So it's going to be a lot. Listen, man, they owe Tommy a lot, man. CIB, I don't know if it's intentional. It is intentional, obviously, but they look weak. They look weak as hell. It looks super weak. But we see Vic and Gloria actually still, I don't want to say still popping, but he went by there trying to get that old thing back, and she on to it. She like, yo, I got some new. I don't need you. And he asked her too, is it someone else? And just like typical fashion, female fashion, she lies. Telling you, man, I done been through it, man. You straight up ask a female, is this somebody? And they look you straight in the eyes. I'm like, no. And then you find out, like, nigga, why you couldn't just keep it a buck? But as we see later on, he winds up finding out anyway that it's Tommy. You see he ain't go over there, and he ain't want no smoke with Tommy. Speaking of Tommy, he walks into the barbershop at CIB. Gerard is like, looking like, yeah, you in my area now. I'm tough, blah, blah, blah. We see Jeremiah. That's when we first see Jeremiah. He searches him, takes his pistol. We see the youngins outside ready to go. And listen, Tommy goes back and not only gives them the dope back, he gives them the money. He tells them that dope been stepped on. And he's trying to make a proposition for him. Just to kind of like smooth everything over. Like, yo. But he wanted to talk to the head first. That's what he was. He's trying to start conversation. Like, this you used to box? It's funny, Tommy. They like, yo, what you want, man? What's your angle? But they like, yo, open the bag slowly and shit. It was just, but he was about to leave, and then they was about to clap him. And Diamond's like, nah, man. I said nah. And they started looking at Jannard. What is his name? Jannard. That's a lame ass name. What's his name? Oh, Jannard. I keep saying Gerard. It's Jannard. My name is Jannard. And I'm a retard. But anyway, they looking at him to get an okay, and he gives the okay, and they say it's chill. And this one, I right then and there, I said Jeremiah is not a gangster. He just don't play the gangster role. Them youngins, they had me sold, but Jeremiah was like, you ain't about that life, nigga. And as fast as they turned around, Tommy took a gun. I don't know if that was his gun. It was a gun sitting on the thing. He took it. Him and Diamond go outside to have a chat. They get ran up on by the Rojas and thrown up in the fucking car and kidnapped. And they obviously at some warehouse or something. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And these motherfuckers is tweaked out, it seemed like. I love when Tommy went back and headbutted dude. Diamond started laughing. I'm like, yo, he crazy. Well, the dude got a gun to his head. He like, yo, Diamond like, listen, man, I know, and this is all dirt from what Diamond did back in prison. I guess he paralyzed one of their peoples, so they like, yo, you owe us one. And Diamond trying to tell him like, yo, he ain't got nothing to do with this, man. It's all me, man. Take your anger down on me, blah, blah, blah. They just want their product moved in a certain amount of time. It's like I'm trying to think of what movie this could be compared to. But they need this done certain amount of time, blah, blah, blah. No hesitation, no questions asked. You do this right here, do it well, or it's going to be hell to pay. And as incentive, they kidnapped Jannard, punk ass, and the black dudes is looking bad on this show, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. They looking so bad. But him and Tommy are kind of like on a buddy cop mission or a buddy crook mission where they have to kind of get this dope sold in a certain amount of time and make these drops. Reluctantly, obviously, Diamond initially, he's reluctant to do it, but he winds up doing it anyway. We see that Sister Flynn. This I'm gonna just is Sister Flynn, Brother Flynn, and Papa Flynn, because I'm not about to be saying their names all the time. Sister Flynn is trying to talk to Brother Flynn about a new product, but he's like, listen, Papa Flynn's not going to hear it, so just stick to the booking. She handles all the money. She tries to tell Papa Flynn they're losing money. She has an idea for them to get new money and more money for a new drug that's happening, and Papa Flynn doesn't want to hear it. He said, listen, Vic's running the show, and I just said I'm going to call him, and I don't want to hear it. So, sure enough, she shut down, but I think that her and Tommy will probably start working together or something, and he'll be her guy on the street or something. It's going to be interesting, man. There's a lot going on in this show. I like this shit, dude. It's just different. I like it. It's just different. It's something out of the fucking... It's back to just straight gangster shit, first of all, which was the kind of original Power was kind of about, but it was a kind of a love story at the same time, but this is just straight to the basics gangster shit, no matter how you look at it. Yes, they throwing a little love triangle in there as well, but it's just Tommy trying to regain his footing. He's moving on his life, trying to figure shit out after the death of Ghost, and it's just his story, you know what I'm saying? And it's just refreshing to see not only a familiar face with Tommy, because we haven't saw him in so long in his own starring role. You got to think about it. How many Powers have we saw before we saw Tommy? We saw Power Book 2 Ghost, the first season, and Tommy did make a brief cameo, but then it was Raising Kanan, then it was BMF, and then it was Power Book 2 again, no Tommy. So now we finally get to see Tommy again. It's been like fucking 2 years, 3 years almost. Maybe 2 years, a year and a half, whatever it was. But anyway, it's good. It's just refreshing to see our guy, man. I love Tommy's character, man. He just no holds barred white boy, but he also at the same time he know how to handle his shit. Like when the cop came up, he handled his shit correctly. Oh yeah, everything's legit. Never been arrested. Like smart criminal, man. Leaving the last episode, know your gun, like shit like that. Know your gun. It's one bullet left in here. Here. I was like, no, this dude he cold, man. Tommy cold, man. Tommy's a cold motherfucker, bro. Tommy always been the more solid one than Ghost to me. People love Ghost, but I always fuck with Tommy. 50 Cent even said Tommy was what's the name? And speaking of 50, did y'all see the Super Bowl last night? I'm gonna do a video on that. But anyway, Jeremiah comes and he says Gerard's not answering, and like I said, they call him and they tell him Gerard's kidnapped or whatnot. We see Tommy at the first drop, and he hides to work behind the dumpster. Kind of just, I like that idea. Like, you're not just about to walk in there with him, because that kind of like, that just gives him kind of an olive branch too, because Diamond will see them coming out. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way he did it. Like, Diamond will see them coming out, so they don't know if anything's janky or not. You know what I'm saying? And then, it's just like a good faith type of deal. Like, it gives him some kind of leverage or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But this scene, like I said, was introducing new characters. Like I said, he'd probably be working with this lady since he took out the road jobs. This will probably be somebody because he has all the routes and the connects now. He just needs product. And then we saw at the end of the episode when he stumped the floorboard, he has the product now. So this girl has some kind of plug. So it's just like, let's get to the money. Tommy's a hustler. He know how to get to the money. But yeah, he go out to the dumpster. They get the product, come back in. And she was impressed, I think, by him. Like, he tested it, and she was like, yo, it's good. He was like, yo, we good? He said, very good, auntie. And yeah, he bounced. He's like, yo, it's all, everybody whole theme of the joint was, it's all there. It's all there. They driving again and going to the next drop. And I love the fact that how they was trading stories about, how it used to be and whatnot. And he was talking about how he grew up in Capri Green, which was a notorious projects out in Chicago back in the day. R. Kelly, everybody done talked about Capri Green. It was a notorious. Candyman was filmed in Capri Green projects. That's how it runs deep. If you don't know about Capri Green, you just probably young as hell, or maybe you just didn't listen to music, or you just might be young. So, but yeah, Capri Green. And at the same time, Tommy's talking about Guy Brewer, which is where 50 Cent's from. I remember he said in the on the rap, he said in 90 something, I sold a million gold top. I sold a million red tops on Guy Brew. That's a boulevard over in Jamaican Queens. It's called Guy Brewer or something like that. So I don't know. I'm just a hip hop historian. I pay attention to lyrics, and I just always been like that. So even like yesterday, I proposed to my girl yesterday, if some of y'all don't know or you don't know. And like she didn't, I'm putting the ring on, she like snatched the ring, and I'm like, yo, give me and she's got her hand out, and we so in the moment, and I'm like, babe, that's the wrong hand. And she like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, it's got to go on the left hand. And like, she didn't even know, but I knew I knew what ring to put an engagement ring on from Styles P. And he got a song with Mary J. Blige called Searching. He said, you need a rock on the forefinger of your left hand. Tell your bridesmaid to hit off my best man. So that's how I knew. Like, I correlate everything to rap. Like, rap done taught me so many life situations, or just location situations. Like if I'm in New York, oh, this day was rapping about this, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Or just like, it'll make me do my own research, and then I'll further figure out just certain shit about certain shit. That's why rap is dope, man. But anyway, next scene, they go to a butcher, like some Italians. And I love how the each stop was like different demographics of people, you know what I'm saying? This was like some Israelite Jewish type people, man. And Tommy's back there, and this dude is like, he going crazy with it. He like on some Ozark Marty Bird. Remember they was testing the drug to see how pure it was? He's like mixing shit up. But he's in there for so long. Diamond goes in there to check everything out, and I like how Diamond plays it. He goes in there like he's buying some shit. But in the same time, he's looking in the back, making sure he's good. And then and I like how when Tommy walked out, he was just like, yo, act like he ain't even know him. He just walked straight out. You know what I'm saying? These dudes these are professional at what they do. Diamond as well as Tommy, man. I like Diamond characters a lot. He's getting out and he's readjusting to what the world is. But I think once he gets that readjustment done correctly, he gonna be cold. He gonna be right back to how he probably used to be, man. And I don't know. I don't think he was ruthless. I think he was kind of more so smart. And he got caught however he got caught. But everybody gets caught. That's just that's nature of the game. Even if too long, you're gonna get caught. You're gonna go to jail, or you're gonna be shot or popped or something like that, or you're gonna wind up snitching. And then your name is gonna have mud on it forever. So yeah, that was part of the one drop. The next scene obviously is I told you with the daughter, where she's trying to explain the coke deal or whatnot. Next spot, they go to some crack spot, and this dude is a straight up tweaker, Asian cat. And like I said, it was every demographic of people you can think of. I think the first ones were Hispanics. Next ones I believe like Jewish or like Israel something. And this dude is like Asian or Chinese or something. I'm sorry, I don't want to mispronounce. I'm not trying to sound ignorant, but did you guys notice that or not? And then the ones that's doing all this are a white and a black guy. Like TV shows make sure they got so much for everybody. They got some representation for everybody. But this dude he don't test it like everybody else do it. This at first the one guy puts the knife in it and he puts it on his gums. The next guy's testing it, the right way. This guy just straight up and then nods out. Like, he's like, yo, you can't do it like that. Man, Tommy like, fuck it. He just grabbed the money out the dude's pocket. And I'm like, yo, how this dude got all this money on in here? on his person. This dude is like a super smoker, but he actually gets his shit off too. Like he's a user and a abuser and a seller. So I like it. As he's waiting, Diamond gets pulled over, and I saw this on somebody who Instagram was this on? I think it was his Instagram. It was about the episode. I think it was the guy that plays Diamond, Isaac Fleming the Third's Instagram. And he was talking about this scene, and Courtney Kemp helped write this scene, I guess, because he said, thank you for Courtney Kemp helping write this scene and help me bring out more in the scene. Because I guess, the scene was wrote, actor going to act however he wanted. But the way he did this was so powerful because this cop was just straight asshole, trigger happy, looking for some shit to start it. Dude not double parked nowhere. He not parked illegally. He just a black dude in a black car. And he like, yo, listen, move your hands. And he like, listen, these hands ain't moving off the steering wheel. And he's saying it calmly. He's like, yo, this ain't my car. But he was like, my hands, and it's not. He getting mad, but he got to keep his composure. And I was like, oh my God, it's so tense. And I was like, yo, this shit just, it's like PTSD for black people, dude. Like I done been in this situation so many times, man. And I done had some of the most pleasant exchanges with police, white police, and I've had some of the worst exchanges with police, and it was black police. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. Because the black people feel they gotta kind of like, I'm not your friend. I'm not cool with you just because we black. So they gotta overcompensate for that. And they want to be extra tough or extra hard. And it's just like, yo, the fact that, and I'm not saying you should profile or but the fact y'all can't kind of like you can't look at a black person and tell like, okay, maybe this is a decent type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell like a knucklehead from a nigga who got his shit together. That's what I'm saying. Like, you should have that ability. Like, I know I go out and I judge people based off of how, and I shouldn't do that. But you could tell, motherfucker, I could tell a black nigga that got his shit together versus a little fucking retard. Like, my little, I got a younger brother. Me and him hang out. You see the people look at me and be like, hey, nah, and then they look at him and be scared, like, oh shit, like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing with him and shit? I used to love that shit, dude. And I used to be thinking in my head, it's funny because you should fear me more than you should fear him. Because I'm going to pop off quicker than him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was in the grocery store, and I think I was getting a cart out, and I mistakenly hit some dude I hit the back of his heel with my cart or something. He was walking slow or some shit. And I was just like, oh, my fault. And then I started walking. I did it again. He's like, yo, you hit me. I said, man, well, walk your ass up then, man. Walk faster, man. And the motherfucker was like, start walking fast. My brother was like, yo, you crazy. I said, man, walk your ass up. Anyway, I'm getting off a tangent. I always go into these rants. I'm sorry, y'all. I missed y'all, man. I like talking a lot. Was that the last drop? Oh, yeah, but Tommy comes up, winds up saving the day. And cop backs off, and it was like this guy just got let down. They start talking about New York City and a bunch of shit, and Diamond saying like, yeah, man. He was like, yo, I've been gone so long. And he said, that's crazy how some things never change. Like, it's still the same shit, the DWB, which is driving while black. I'm like, wow. They walk it back into the spot with the bread. They get laser beams and shit pointed at them. We see they got Jannar. They bring his punk ass downstairs. He's a sucker, bro. They wrote his character to be a straight sucker. Jannar. And what kind of name is Jannar? Mama should smack her, so. Anyway, they gave him the money. They see the bread, and he's like, yo, it's all there. He's like, yo, you good? He's like, yeah, I'm good. And, yeah, they wind up seizing the deal, and they let them boys rock up on out of there. I was like, oh, shit. I'm surprised they let them rock out. We see Jannar get back in the car with Jeremiah. Jeremiah gives him his cut, the bread, and he get it to Tommy because he did tell Tommy he was gonna pay him percentage, and I thought that was dope. I thought that was dope. That was the businessman. But he tells Tommy, he said, yo, I was watching you, man. I saw you looking around. Every time we went somewhere, your head was on a swivel. What's your game plan? You trying to take over my city? And he was just like, yeah. in so many words, he like, yeah. I forget the verbiage he said, but he like, yeah. He's like, all right, man, be careful. Some shit he said. I thought that was dope. We see Tommy and him come back. And he goes to his brother's house and he tries to give him some more money. His brother rejects it. But he's like, yo, I got something else for you. I want to show you. And yo, when they showed that, how many people when they showed that damn couch with the fucking plastic on it was like, yo, that shit brought back memories, man. I'm like, yeah, that's dope. Like that, if that wasn't your grandma house when you was smaller, that's everybody grandma house, dude. And yo, listen, I'm older now. And it's certain things that my grandparents do that I've picked up on. But it's certain things that, like, I just couldn't even bring myself to do that. I could never, as much as I would like to, because my kids, they love eating and getting the crumb. I'm like, yo, eat at your table. Eat at your kids' table. They like going over, blah, blah, blah. And they get crumbs occasionally. They just kids. You know, kids, they like to eat, running around. They can't help themselves, man. And they mom don't enforce it like I do. But anyway, but I couldn't picture putting no fucking plastic on my couch. Like, think about the type of person you got to be to do that. Like, you really was preserving your dollar. You really preserving your dollar. Like, they really was putting plastic on the couch. Yo, I could not do that. That just shit just looked tacky, bro. Yo, man, grandparents was something else. And then they had traditional meals they would have you eat, like pork and beans and hot dogs. And you be like, I never ate that as an adult. I never could bring myself to eat nothing like that, dude. That shit is gross. There's certain meals that I wish I did pick up on. You know, like my mom used to make these beans, rice, and I think like neck bones or something, and put them in a pot. Man, they was nice and spicy. She used to make these things called porcupine balls. They was like meatballs with rice in them. And, whew, oh man, it was so good. So certain things I used to be like, I don't know, man. Parents was different back then, man. They really was, dude. I commend them, dude. I really commend parents, man, because that's some brave shit, boy, to put some plastic on the joint. But anyway, he sits down with Tommy, he plays him a video, and I don't know if this video is of JP and a mom, because the kid looks kind of like white, but he looks like he probably could be mixed as well, or if it was Tommy and the mom. So I'm not sure exactly who it was. But he's telling Tommy about his son, who he has, that he lost. He got locked up. We learned he did get locked up. That's probably where he became a booty bandit at. And that he lost contact with along the way. They cut to a scene where it's a young boy who has a picture of his dad, and he's holding him. So, and in the picture, clear as day, you see it's JP. So, that knocks right out. He knows who his fucking dad is. So he's doing that. He's shooting his dad club up as kind of like a fuck you to you, I think. Or maybe he getting paid to do it. Or maybe it's a combination of both. But I love that fact that his stash had that picture and then he just had 45 caliber bullets. I'm like, yeah. He living on the wild side. Like, he got bullet stash. He had a big ass joint with the silencer in it too. I was like, yeah. Yeah. So he probably doing it as a bitter fuck you then. But we see Tommy probably gonna wind up helping him find his son. And or that's gonna be some kind of story later on. That's gonna be like the story element of it, you know, because Power does have story elements or family elements. So that's gonna be the family element. I said story element, I meant family. Cut to Tommy. He's got the guys he has the guys the Roja's Versace shirt, and he's wiping his face with it, and then you just hear some yelling from the car that they got kidnapped in earlier. It's a woman in a man's voice, and they're yelling. And then Tommy just set that bitch on fire. I said, yo, this dude is crazy. Tommy's still crazy, y'all. And he sets fire to that bitch, man. I was like, yo, that's a horrible way to go. Later on, we see him walk up to the barbershop, and he's standing outside, and he shows them the shirt, the sleeve of the dude's Versace. And he was like, nah, you owe me one again. And then Janar's like, oh, fuck, dude. and Jeremiah's just standing there looking stupid. He can't act for real. I love you, Jeremiah, but you can't act, my boy. But they looking like, yo, that nigga crazy. But Diamond knows what it is. He like, I'm gonna owe this nigga again. Like I said, at the same time, we see Tommy goes and visits Ogre at the bar. And Vic's standing there. He's like, oh, motherfucker. But like I said, he ain't want no smoke. He ain't go over there to Tommy to approach him. And listen, I like the character Gloria, but just appearance-wise, she don't do nothing for me. In the first episode, I was like, she looked kind of funny looking to me. That's just me, though. You know, but hey, if it works for Tommy, man, it works for Tommy. Like I said, at the end, this is where he buys the loft. And like I said, it was reminiscent of his New York studio. And he puts down the map, and he's mapping out what he's going to do and where he's going to take. He then head over the whole girl house. I don't know how he knew where she was staying. And he proceeds to fuck her up, and he's toying. You can tell he's toying with her and shit. He's about to kill her and shit, but he's like, yo, how did you know about me? Who did he trying to figure out information? And she's trying to pretty much tell him, like, yo, I heard word of mouth. Like, I heard it was a crazy white boy. You the craziest white boy I done known from this part of the, Midwest. Like, I don't know nobody else out here that's like that. And then he's trying to stump her. He's fucking doing everything besides killing her. And then he stumps the floorboard and he finds the brick or the work with the spider on it. And I was like, okay, this is about to be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. That's my review. I'm sorry it was long-winded. I didn't do one for episode 1, and like I said, I missed you guys. You know, I was sick last Sunday. Super Bowl was on last night, so I was like, I ain't doing no reviews. And then, like I said, I proposed, so I had a busy day yesterday. But make sure you like, subscribe. Let's talk about this. Let's leave some comments. My regulars who fuck with me, Quentin, Troy Kings, KT, Gloria, a bunch of y'all. Y'all know who y'all is. Let's talk about. Are we feeling this show or what? Are we feeling this? Is this something we rocking with? This Power Book 4 Force? I like it. I like it a lot. It's different. I like it. I just like the vibe of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just completely. Raising Kanan was similar to Power. It was my mother-daughter. Or not mother-daughter, mother-son relationship. You got the uncles. Same premise. Everybody's in a drug game. Same thing with Power. The Tejadas. You got the mama, the papa. This is not like that. This is just Tommy trying to take over Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And Chicago is a beautiful city. It's also ruthless. It's rugged. They got some great actors in here. Like, you can't ask for a better cast or ensemble of like talented actors, truly talented actors. Tariq, certain actors in the Power Book 2, they're not really actors. They're entertainers who are acting. These motherfuckers is actors. This is what they. Tommy is like a classically trained actor. Like, he's like a play type, Broadway type actor. This is just what he's doing right now because this is bread and butter. But that motherfucker got some range. Same thing with the guy that plays Walter Flynn. You know him on Sons of Anarchy. Like, Tommy got super respect for him. And Joseph Sikora, seen him on his Instagram. Super respect for that dude. I do too. And that Irish accent, man. I love that shit, man. We're gonna do this my way or no way at all. I'm telling you right now, I don't need your help. When I go, you're gonna take over the legacy. Like I said, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Peace.